as a focal point of the family, it's unfortunately natural for siblings to meet less often and even to drift apart. This happened after Jacob died, but the brothers interpreted it as pretending something sinister. See, here we have the brothers are concerned that this is a revealing this animosity that Joseph had, that he was containing, right? Now remember, it's the same word over here. What do we say over here? Lu yistamenu Yosef. Perhaps Yosef will have this hatred. This again, the 3 times we use the word satam for hatred, is Esav to Jacob, Jacob's blessing to Yosef about those who had hated him, and the brothers are afraid now he's the man of Yosef. Now, what did Esav say? I'm going to wait until father dies, and then I'm going to take care of business. The brothers were afraid, Lu yistamenu Yosef. Now father has died. Perhaps, right? Esav said, Isaac, Yitzchak will die, I'll take care of business with Jacob. They were afraid now that Jacob has died, Yosef will take care of business with them. And they conjure this whole thing that Yaakov had said. Yaakov never said this. Again, it's not clear if Yaakov ever knew about it. But Yaakov did not give orders before his death saying, tell Joseph, forgive the spiteful deed of your brothers, for they have done you evil. And therefore, please, right, forgive us. And Vay'chee Yosef, b'davar elav. Yosef cried when he spoke to them. And the brothers fell before him. And they said, we will be your slaves. We sold you as a slave. We will be your slaves. And Yosef said to them, Al tira'u, do not be afraid. Ki atachat Elokim ani. Am I in the place of God? Atem chashatem alai ra'ah. You thought, you intended to do harm to me. Elokim chashava l'tova. But God intended it for the good. Leman asa kayom hazeh lachayot amrav. In order to sustain you and the whole nation. Do not be afraid. Anochi akalkel etchem. I will sustain you and your children. Vayinachem otam vayidaber al libam. He comforted them and he spoke onto their hearts. So we discussed by Shemot. Each book is its own, each sefer of the Torah is its own contained unit. Shemot will begin, I won't be here next week. Okay, so we'll not have class next Tuesday morning. I will not be here next week, Tuesday morning. I'm going away for a day with the kids and the grandkids. Okay, so I'll not be here. But Shemot begins with the start of the exile, the descent to Egypt, even though they're already in Egypt. So why is it reiterating that? Because as the book of exile and redemption needs to start with the start of exile, they're going down to Egypt. And then the end is the redemption, which we'll see. What is the self-contained book of Breishit? So Breishit is the book of creation, physical creation, and the moral pinnings of the nation that would then come. With the patriarchs, well, starting with Adam and Eve, and Cain and Hevel, and Noach, and then going on to Abraham, right, and the whole family. And then the transition from individuals to nationhood. Now, what went wrong with Adam and Eve? What went wrong with Adam and Eve? Eating from the Eitz Hadat was not recognizing that we're in God's world. You're in the Garden of Eden, but there are certain limitations that he places because it's his world. The tree, right, we always say, if he didn't want them to eat from the tree, don't put it there. No. He wants it to be there and for them to recognize. I always say, right, you go to someone's house, you're welcome as their guest. You sit at the table, you enjoy the meal, you don't start opening the drawers. right? Because that's not your place. That's not your business, right? So the tree was there to let them know, that's right, this is God's world, and you are here. And then we had Cain and Hevel. When Cain killed Hevel, what did he say? What was his defense?
Am I my brother's keeper?
Shomer achi anochi? Am I my brother's keeper? And then we have this nation that's being formed from Avraham. But what's a serious problem? What's a serious repetitive problem that we have with this nation coming out from Avraham? Rivalry. Sibling rivalry. Right? Yitzchak and Yishmael. Yaakov and Esav. Yosef and his brothers. We have this constant rivalry. How does this book come to a conclusion? With these words. Hatachat Elokim Anochi. Am I in the place of God? Meaning, I'm living in God's world. I'm living in God's world. You thought bad to me. Anochi achalkel etchem. I will support you. I will take care of you. That's the answer to Cain. Cain said, Hashomer achi anochi. Am I my brother's keeper? What does Yosef say? I am my brother's keeper. I will take care of you. This book ends with all of the missteps being steadied, being properly directed. Yes, I recognize this is God's world. That which happens is under the aegis of God. Right? Hatachat Elokim Anochi, am I in the place of God? If I ended up here, this happening in God's world. You're my brothers, Shomer Achi. I need to be the guardians of you, my brothers. And Vayidaber El Libam Vayinachim Otam. He comforted them. He spoke to their hearts. The sibling rivalry has come to closure, has been healed. All of these different challenges that were tearing apart this book of Breishit, that were tearing apart the fabric of the world, has now been resolved. We're ready now to move on into nationhood. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Let us be strength and strength, v'nit chazek, on this fast day that we began with, which is the start of the whole galut experience that we suffered, and even to a degree suffer today, right? In some parts of the world, terribly. Where we are, it's getting a little bit more roiled up, but it's still a serious part of our experience that we feel that we are in galut, and it's something I think Hashem is making us remember that we are in galut. The graffiti makes us realize we are in galut. We are in exile. As Rachel asked, why didn't they go back to Egypt? And as Aaron answered, why are we here? Right? We don't necessarily feel that galut. But the way to ultimately heal this is to have this Shomer Achi. There's a beautiful organization in Israel that's titled Shomer Achi. And they are an incredible group of thousands of young, so devoted Israelis, teenagers, and they're Shomer Achi, and they're just constantly doing things to help. If it's Jewish farmers who need help with the harvests, whatever it is, they are Shomer Achi. And the way for us to get beyond this Asara B'Tevet world, shift of the world that we're still a part of now, is by following this pattern, the template of Yosef, of the Shomer Achi.
And I need to apologize because obviously I did not look at the calendar appropriately.
Okay. So next Tuesday we will not be meeting. We'll meet again. The Tuesday after that I'll be here. It's a good way to. I think it's January 1st. It's a good way to start the year. some Torah study.
Sure, we'll have class January 1st.
I'm willing to give class January 1st. I think that's the perfect way to start a secular year with a Torah class. If people can't make it, I'll be able to. I'll get a special dispensation from the principal to cover you guys.
But Rabbi Joseph also did that same kind of speech when he announced
Yes.
his brothers.
Yes,
when
yes,
they-
he did. And the brothers were afraid that maybe it wasn't fully felt, fully sincere. And here is where he is locking it in, reiterating.
And he
Yeah.
also said that with the